What is the Creative Learning for RTI initiative? In this presentation, we will answer just that. We will be discussing what brought it about, why it's so important, the research and needs assessments that were used to help formulate the solution, and finally, a brief overview of the implementation plan. At Milton Elementary School, we strive for all students to have access to a rich learning experience across the broadest range of disciplines available. But we can do better. Time limitations in school that have evolved due to the high-stakes environment of testing and accountability all too often pit tested subjects against the arts and other disciplines, creating a limited scope of learning and limited creative opportunities and outlets for students. We're fortunate to have a vibrant related arts program. Students rotate through each art, music, and computer special once a week for a 45-minute block. Unfortunately, what's most troubling is that all too often our struggling students are pulled from these classes for academic and social services, further decreasing their opportunity to be creative. Recent initiatives like the CAPE Accelerated Program, CAP, provides for more integration of the arts and technology. However, these programs have only been available to our highest achieving students. An opportunity gap exists, and if we are to meet our goal of enacting equity and inclusion, we need to ensure access for all students regardless of socioeconomics, gender, ethnicity, or special needs. At the same time that the related art team was addressing this equity issue, many teachers brought forth concerns regarding academic intervention strategies that were not improving or impacting students' reading proficiency levels. A technology initiative team was formed to find a solution to those issues. We drafted our vision. Our goal was to reduce the opportunity gap, to increase student achievement by providing more opportunity in the school day to integrate the arts, technology, and computational thinking. We revised that statement after completing our needs assessment and an extensive literature review. Let's take a look at what we learned. A needs assessment was administered to both the instructional staff and the students. We learned that 95% of the teachers identified reading comprehension to be the skill that their students needed to improve to increase student achievement. Additionally, 80% indicated that the content area of reading would benefit the students the most with an intervention. When we reviewed the students' need assessment results, it was not surprising that only 13% picked reading as their favorite subject, and only 12 of 149 students surveyed indicated reading as an interest outside of school. And again, no surprise when we saw the number of students that favored the arts and computers over reading, almost 3 times as many. This information led us to the idea of integrating the arts and computer practices into the core subjects to increase engagement and motivation. We then did an extensive literature review of research and studies on the impact of the arts and computer science on students' achievement. What we found was that it was essential for students to have a well-rounded education that included the arts and computer science. We also learned about the benefits of personalized, self-directed, hands-on learning, not only on student achievement, but also on developing crucial 21st century skills. Here is some of what we discovered. What we found to be most profound was that of the arts and its impact on low socioeconomic English language learners and special needs students. These students demonstrated the greatest improvement in academic achievement. The most obvious benefit of computer science education is career readiness and opportunity it can provide in our ever-advancing tech-driven world. However, the most valuable benefit of computer science education transcends job opportunities. Instead, it is the development of computational thinking which benefits students in all disciplines. Multiple studies link computer science education and creating computational artifacts to increasing students' engagement, development of high-level thinking and communication, and linked it to positive gains in academic achievement for students. Our solution was to provide creative learning approach to students' reading intervention that targeted the students who could benefit the most: English language learners, Tier 2, Tier 3, and our ILC students. Seymour Papert, pictured here on the left of your screen, and his constructionism theory of learning underpins the initiative. The constructionist approach will empower students to take control of their education. It is designed to make learning more meaningful to students by engaging students' passion and giving them time and tools for innovation. Many believe Seymour Papert to be the father of the Makers movement. It is his learning theory that most strongly resonates within the Makers movement. The action of building something that is personally meaningful or creating a tangible product that is shareable brings the real world into learning. And for this reason, we chose to adopt a maker space environment for our interventions. The initiative will roll out during the summer of 2020. The intervention facilitators, art, music, and computer teachers, and the steering committee will meet multiple times throughout the summer for professional development and securing funds. First week back to school, all homeroom teachers will be introduced to the initiative and also have professional development. Third grade will pilot the initiative in year 1. The interventions will start in October and run through mid-May. At the end of the year, the steering committee will evaluate. Throughout the year, the steering committee will meet and modify and make changes based on student progress, teacher feedback, and needs of the teachers and students. The hope is that in year 2, the rest of the grade levels will adopt the program as well. If this is successful, the initiative team and steering committee would love to see this initiative spread to other elementary schools in our district. We are fortunate to have virtually no startup cost. We have the resources we need to get started. The only cost forecasted for the first year will be purchasing books for the book studied. We do have a wish list, however, and if we obtain our grants and funds, we would like to purchase additional microbits. What will the students do? That will be guided by their interests. Example of project ideas that we envision the students working on would be interactive art, animations, making and coding musical instruments. For more information, please visit the Creative Learning for RTI initiative page. Creativity is at the heart of this initiative. We believe this approach will not only provide a deep understanding of content and connections to knowledge, but also increase motivation for learning. The focus of making art, music, and computational artifacts support diverse learners, emphasize 21st century skills, and demonstrates curricular integration. The arts in digital making is a great equalizer and requires students to think critically and creatively, take risks, persist, and be resilient, collaborate, and communicate. All the skills we know as an educator the students need to be successful in our rapidly ever-changing, technology-driven world.